Shabbat Shalom, everyone. What an awesome Shabbat we are all celebrating together. I want to start with a shul participation question. So raise your hand if you know the answer to the following, okay? Or I'll do two questions. How many of you have heard the word meshuga? Okay, wait, look around. How many of you have heard the word meshuga? Okay, good. Fair point. Somebody with their hand raised. What does meshuga mean? Beautiful, crazy, nuts. Has anybody here heard this term, meshuga ladavar? I just took a Yiddish expression. Well, the word is Hebrew. Meshuga is to be crazy. My bubby used to say, "Oy, meshuga." Meshuga ladavar has a slightly different valence. The word davar is thing. So somebody want to give me a loose translation? What does it mean to be meshuga ladavar? Crazy about something. It doesn't mean you're wacko. It means you're crazy about it. Like, I love yoga. I am meshuga ladavar. Or being crazy about a particular influencer who's on TikTok. Or, I don't know, a particular chef whose cookbook you really enjoy making a recipe from. This morning, I want to talk about a group of people who created a little-known holiday that actually starts tomorrow night because they were people, I'm going to conjugate this phrase, who were meshugaim ladavar. They were crazy about being a part of the Jewish community as fully as they could. How did that happen? And what lessons can it offer all of us today? Hitahei and Vav, you're with me. That's awesome. Stay with me. In the book of Numbers, Sefer Bamidbar, the Israelites are celebrating the first Passover. We're at 1 year of wandering. They follow all of Moses' rules that involve doing a special Passover sacrifice. We don't do that anymore. We have a Seder. There's a korech. Do people remember this part? You make a sandwich. It's remembering the sacrifice that they made in the first Passover in Egypt. But one of the rules is you had to be ready. You had to be what's considered in Hebrew tahor, ritually ready to do the mitzvah. And there were some people who were not tahorim. They weren't ritually pure because they had come in contact with a dead body. And you have to wait 7 days. There's a whole ritual. We could talk about another time. But when a person is impure, they are exempt. What does exempt mean? One person be a little louder. That was like you don't have to do it. According to the rules of the Torah, if you are not able to offer that sacrifice, it's okay. You're not in trouble. If you were doing a mitzvah and this community knows about the mitzvah of taking care of bodies before burial in this community, Chevra Kadisha, you understand you don't have to. But there was a group of Israelites who were meshugaim ladavar. They were passionate about being part of the community. And they said to Moshe, Lama nigara? Why should we miss out? I picture it almost like them saying, it's just not fair. You're good. I have to imagine that Moshe was thrilled. He goes to God with their feedback, and guess what God says? Yes, they can make a new holiday. They can find a way to make it up, or no, they can't. Yes, they can. This is rare, people. There are only 3 times in the Torah when Moses goes to God and says, what am I supposed to do? And God makes a makeup day. 1 month after the holiday of Pesach, anybody who was impure or far away from the community can celebrate the next day. So Sunday night, tomorrow night, is 1 month later. Now, we don't do second Seders, as far as I know. Has anybody had a special Passover Seder a month after? Anybody done that? Has anybody had an avocado toast on matzah that they have left over on Pesach Sheni? Just throwing it out there as an option, or maybe a matzah pizza, or whatever you want to do. But it's a special day that celebrates when a group of people who said, I don't have to, still want to and do something about it. And that, I think, is the message of Pesach Sheni. Find a way to be a part of your community, because we live in a world where very few people operate based on shoulds. But we have a model in the Torah of people who raised up their voices when something didn't seem right, and they were able to make a change. Now, this whole Shabbat, we have been celebrating young people, starting with last night. The third graders did an awesome job leading Kabbalat Shabbat, and fifth grade, you just did an awesome job, Kita Hey, in leading the Torah service, and we're like 2 minutes, Kita Vav, until it's your turn for Musaf, and we have people who are driving, and I'm about to be a rabbi. What do all of these things have in common? All of us are learning how to contribute, to earn the trust of the community, to bring our unique voices, to serve responsibly as leaders. I know that might feel crazy, but like you're all going to become Jewish adults, like not so far from now. Check out their faces. Our wish for you is that each of you finds a specific way to access being meshuga ladavar for something in Judaism. There are so many ways you can contribute to this really remarkable community. You can earn those CJE credits. You can volunteer. You can read the e-shofar. There's like something going on here all the time. I don't know if you realize it, this place is unusually busy. You do realize it because you're all involved in so many things. There's a lot that's happening here. My bracha as somebody who got to visit this year is to find your way. And I want to just call out how wonderful it is that this shul is full of people who are meshugaim ladavar, of building community at Temple Emunah. People who make minions, people who sit on all sorts of committees that I don't know anything about, people who do acts of chesed, people who study Torah. And you are full of leaders who are, I don't know whether to call them meshuga or meshugaim ladavar, and what range in the spectrum. But as we celebrate everybody here, Meir and Tova and Sydney go beyond what is required to meet each student in this religious school with joy and love. And last but certainly not least, Rabbi Willis and Rabbi Lerner, I'll call them meshugaim ladavar, and you can, in both quiet and public ways, in all hours of the day and night, each rabbi is constantly working to help each person think about what it means to be a part of this community as a Jew. Responsible not only for this place, the greater Boston community, Israel, and this country. There's so much work to do. I can say with great certainty that Temple Emunah is full of meshugaim ladavar, and I am so grateful to have been a part of this community this year. As we continue Shabbat and mark Pesach Sheni tomorrow night and Monday, I bless that each of us finds joy in the opportunity and responsibility to step up and contribute. Mazal tov to everybody. Visit me in Israel when you're ready. It's a crazy time. And Shabbat Shalom.